Greetings and welcome back to the luminous light of the garden. Do you remember that you emanated from this light? Do you remember that your soul spark, your perfect divine blueprint and soul light emerged into form from this pure and perfect light? July 2025 seeded this extraordinary light around the planet and within each and every soul incarnated on the earth. The heat in the northern hemisphere is palpable. The alchemy is embodiable. The transformative and intuitive changes are noticeable. Never has there been a time such as this to return and live, breathe, embody, and be the light of source that you are. August 2025 will activate and uphold new standards of light living on planet Earth. The 8-8 Lionsgate is poised and already present as a harbinger of truth and light, returning to our world, to this world, and to our sacred inner life. Lion symbolizes the return to your Christ-Sophia union within, and this very energy is the essence of living in the garden frequencies again. What was once separated and disconnected is now returning to each of us within, a God invitation to embrace our divine embodiment and whole soul mastery that is so clear, so pure, and so true that humanity cannot help but to feel these summonings within to something better, something greater, and something so divinely real as more aspects of the grand 3D illusion are falling away. The 8-8 Lionsgate will empower your garden frequencies of eternal light and knowingness to rise beyond the tethers, addictions, familiarity, and facade of 3D illusions. So much light will pour through your body temples, your God sparks, your lives, your communities, the news, global finance, and more. The 8-8 Lionsgate will be a light show of epic proportions, and Lion as harbinger of great things happening and even greater things to come will stand boldly as a messenger of your strength, your fortitude, your desire, and your commitment to allow greater alchemy to emerge through your true heart, your true talents, your vibrant soul light, and the brilliance of your soul's perfect blueprint to participate in the greatest renaissance in the universe unfolding in real time through each and every one of us. We are God's greatest works of art. We are God's grandest creations. Every soul that emanated from the original Garden of Eden is now called to remember who we truly are. The renaissance of light and the dawning of expansive creativity and divine innovation is here now in us, in all of us. In this way, the 8-8 Lionsgate and the Lion Harbinger of truth and light are messengers of the grand return to the garden, to the truth of divine creation, and the truth of every soul and soul mission on the planet at this time. The power of our divinity is returning to the people, and the frequencies of the garden, our sacred home in all of creation, are awakening within. The garden has always been a frequency as well as a place. Eden has sung its song in each and every one of us through time and space, knowing our eternal nature, even when we have forgotten. To harmonize with the light and truth of the original Garden of Eden and the truth of our divine beginnings, we simply must take a deep divine conscious breath in and feel the essence of it. If one conscious breath doesn't lead you there, take another. We can gently and steadily take as many deep divine conscious breaths within as we need to connect with God, Source Creator within, and the Great Mother, and our remembrance of the Great Garden, where our true divine consciousness lives and thrives in all time, is right there. These deep divine conscious breaths bridge us there and guide us home. Eve is seeding our return to this grand garden, knowing its light and truth within our sacred blueprints and the power of conscious breathing. Eve is partnering with the frequencies of the 8-8 Lion's Gate and the stealth strength of the divine Lion Harbinger to empower our inner awakening codes and our rising ascension frequencies within, inviting us to breathe our way back to the garden as more outer shifts unfold that mirror the inner alchemy occurring in us all. The garden is a state of being. The garden is an eternal knowing. The garden is a timeless essence of what and who we were created by Source and the Great Mother to be. Thus, August 2025 is a beautiful invitation to consciously participate in the renaissance of a soul time, to know inwardly the perfect blueprint, the soul mastery, the safety, the prosperity, and the joy that we were each made to be. This knowing is a frequency of alchemy. This knowing is a frequency of incredible transformation and transmutation. We are summoned to discipline and discern what we give our attention to as more change and more shifts unfold on the global stage. Can you breathe in every moment the serenity of the garden in your heart, where all is truly and timelessly well, and every need is met with abundance and sacred empowerment? This is the life force and the gift of the garden for those who dedicate their soul light and sacred heart to remembering. We are God's greatest works of art. We are God's best visions for sentient life, seeding and creating God's greatest garden across the cosmos. This is a time of resets, reorientations to the truth, and restructurings to restore God's original divine design. It is also a time of grand liberation, innovation, creation, and people coming together in cooperation to see God's vision through and consciously embody it as much as we can in this grand renaissance unfolding. Divine creative heroes are needed now more than ever, and that means you and me and all of us. The time is now to center in our faith, our conscious breathing, our knowings and rememberings of the perfection in the garden, which is the perfection in us. What is falling away is illusion and imperfection. What is resurrecting is the divine blueprint for creation again, and we are essential aspects of that grand divine blueprint of creation. Eve is seeding our return. The divine feminine within is connected to the all-knowing heart that knows the absolute truth of God, the Great Mother, and creation across all time and space. I invite you to feel the presence of Eve, Adam, God, and Gaia seeding your return as you consciously breathe the blessings of divine union, light, and truth throughout the month of August and the remainder of this year. The alchemy of our world today, transforming and transfiguring into its Christ Sophia light codes and sacred divine blueprint once more, is a perfect match to the alchemy that is transforming and transfiguring every conscious soul willing to remember their own divine perfection and their own perfect blueprint of creation within. We are the conscious breathers, artists, and alchemists breathing in and ushering in the new light of God's sacred garden and blueprint for creation. Thank you for being here, and thank you for connecting with your own perfect work of art that you are, and breathing your gifts into this epic transformation through the 8-8 Lion's Gate portal, anchoring in the true light and divine truth of God's original creation into our world and our timeline here and now. The garden not only awaits your conscious breathing and remembrance, it lives and empowers you to embody it in every moment now, in the here and now.